How did you feel when you found out you were appointed to the Order of Ontario?
I mean, it was definitely a great honor. It's one of those things where it's like you don't even totally know that much about it. It's like, okay, so what does this mean? But then everybody is like, oh, this is a pretty big deal. So then it was just like, okay, well, I mean, it's just so great to just be recognized for the work that you do and for the contribution that you've made.
So since the news went out, have you heard from any people?
Yeah, I posted it on my social media, and it's just been notifications nonstop. And I think, the greatest thing is seeing the comments that some people have left, things that I did for them, things that I've meant to them, people who met their spouse at my events, like so many different things that have happened in so many ways that I've, affected people's lives that I had no clue about. So it was just an opportunity for people to share that with me. And it's just been a really humbling last couple of days.
That's so wonderful that an event can trigger, and have this ripple effect, really, and allow you to reflect, on your past and on what's happened in your career. I mean, it's been a while that you've been doing this. How did you first discover spoken word?
I was in high school and I was producing a talent show, and all of my friends had talent and I had none. And I was like, well, nobody really cares who produces the show. They just want to see all the people on stage. So I was like, well, what do you do if you have no talent so that people can see you on stage? And I was like, well, let me try writing a poem, because I couldn't sing, I couldn't dance. So the first poem I wrote, everybody loved it. There were a couple women who were there and they're just like, you should really keep writing. And these women didn't know me at all, but they took my phone number, and every time there was an event going on, they're like, oh, we have this young guy, you got to get him to come and do his poem. And
that must have been some poem. What do you still remember what it was about?
It was just about being young and black, growing up in Scarborough, and just dealing with, stereotypes and that sort of thing. So, yeah, these two women just that kept on giving me these opportunities, and then people kept on saying, hey, how much would it cost for you to come to my event and do this? And then I was like, oh, wait, there's money here. And then, when I got tired of that one poem that I had, I was like, I should probably write a second poem. And now, this year makes 31 years and still going.
What do you think of it as a form of expression for yourself?
I think it's great. I mean, I think the other thing that's remarkable is the fact that I'm a shy introvert. So I would never have chosen to do something that required me to live a life on stage. Yet 30 years later, I live a life on stage. That is what I do, every single day. And I travel across the country. I travel around the world, and I just share my thoughts and ideas. So I think it's been a great way for me to find myself, for me to find my voice, for me to advocate for other people and create space for other people.
31 years. What would you say are some of the proudest and most memorable moments of your career?
In 2013, when I was inducted into the Scarborough Walk of Fame, that was really significant because it was, seeing where I grew up, acknowledge the work that I've done. Right now I have a daughter who is 16, and her and I have had the opportunity to be on stage together. She has a poem of mine that she really loves, so we'll perform that as a duet. We did a show at Harbourfront. Her mother's a dancer, so she's into dance. So we did a show at Harbourfront where I did poetry and she danced, and we were able to work together. And so that for me was very significant, just, being able to create something, specifically with her. Sharing a stage with Barack Obama was definitely something very.
Well, tell me what that was like.
It was very nerve-wracking. Lots of Secret Service and stuff, but it was interesting. There was myself and two other poets, and we put I think it was 20 hours into this 3-minute performance, and that's one of those proud moments.
Well, you know what? I can't let you go without, of course, hearing a little bit of spoken word. So do you have something that you can read for us?
For sure. So if anyone anywhere ever tells you that life is or should be easy, never listen to another word that person has to say. Because some days, waking up will be the easiest thing that you do. Some days, the weight of the world will be heavier than the boulder that sealed Jesus' tomb. But never forget that you are a winner. You survived the conflict and competition of conception. You were victorious at birth, but there are some who are alive but dying, desperately searching for something to live for. Those spending all of their time trying to make a living but never getting the chance to actually live the life that they've been working for. And those who find it hard to smile through the sadness, paralyzed by the pain. None of us are perfect. Even fewer are content. But there will always be someone who has experienced more tragedy, more loss, has a better sob story, who has found a way to make it. Life doesn't give us time for pity parties and feeling sorry for ourselves. So give thanks for that arm that doesn't work but looks beautiful hanging from your shoulder, because life is hard and it is guaranteed to kill you. Luckily, we only die once, so live fearlessly.